welcome to a brand new episode of Sourcing Talk from Global Sources in conjunction with TEEMA, the Taiwan Electrical and Electronical, let's do that one again, and TEEMA, the Taiwan Electrical and Electronic Manufacturers Association. My name is Tom and I will be your host for this session, and today is an Analyst Choice episode, which means we'll be learning about the trends in manufacturing and import-export in perhaps one of the most practical ways possible, which is seeing specific examples of the latest products from some leading manufacturers in the electronics sector. Today we'll be joined by Chipcom Global Ltd, Hua Wei Industrial Co Ltd, and MSL Enterprises Corporation. We'll get to that in just a moment, but before we get to our first guest, I do need to remind you, it's mandatory that I remind you that you can follow Global Sources on social media, and on Facebook, on YouTube, and on LinkedIn. It's fairly easy to find us. Just stick Global Sources into the search bar and you'll find what you're looking for. And do follow us for upcoming episodes of Sourcing Talk like this, and indeed for other updates on our shows and other services. All right. So with no further ado then, let's bring on our first guests of this session, who are Clive Chang and Bianca Su of Chipcom. Good morning.
Good morning, Tom.
Hi, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you? And where are you calling in from in Taiwan?
We are in New Taipei City. We are in our office.
I see. Very nice. New Taipei. So we're the very north end of Taiwan. Is that right? How's the weather there? It's a little bit rainy over here in Hong Kong today.
No, we had a very hot weather last week, but since for the next few days we're going to have the plum rains. Yeah, so the weather is okay now. It's cooler. I see. It seems like it's more gloomy at your side in Hong Kong.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, fingers crossed things will pick up soon. All right. So now, well, actually, I'll ask you to introduce your company, but we have a short video actually. Perhaps should I play that one first, and then we can talk about it afterwards?
Yes, please. Okay.
Sure thing. Okay, let's take a look at Chipcom. So a very brief intro there. Could you perhaps share a bit about the background of the company and I suppose the brief overview for the viewers?
Yeah. And first of all, we have to say it's really our pleasure to be here today with the Global Sources. And we are representing Chipcom Global. We are based in Taiwan. And at Chipcom, actually, we are very specialized in the global sourcing and the supply of the electronic components, particularly the memory ICs, semiconductor, and also some hard-to-find components. And actually, what we do is to bridging the gap between the global buyers and the top-tier component manufacturing. So we are really excited to join the broadcast today to show to your audience that what we can do and what we can serve to our customer. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's great to hear. What are the if someone was to ask you, well, actually, I'm going to ask you now. I'll just ask you, what is it that makes Chipcom stand out as a manufacturer, maybe compared to competitors or to the average manufacturer?
Actually, because we have a long relationship. I mean, we have 20 years industry experience. So we actually we have a strong relationship with the top tier manufacturers and also some agents. So the product we have in stock, actually we can say is the highest standard of the quality. Yeah.
I see. Excellent. And I think you've got a couple of highlight products to show us, to demonstrate. Could we take a look at those?
Yeah. And this is one of our product. And as we know that AI is really hot today, especially we just had a Computex in Taipei. All the big heads in this industry came to Taipei, gathering together to express their innovation and their strategy during the forums. So the memory ICs, which is we mainly doing now, is very very hot, and actually the trend is driven by the technology, especially the edge AI, edge computing, or like the IoT manufacturing. So at the moment, I think for our company, our strength and our advantage is that we have already established very stable and reliable supply channels. And also at the moment, because of the shortage of the memory ICs, now we actually already have some stocks in our Hong Kong warehouses. Especially we have three advantages for our customers. One is that we have the ready to ship stocks, and second is that because our warehouse is based in located in Hong Kong, so it's actually the zero tax international logistics. Yes. So I think this is the strength and the situation of our company at the moment.
I see. Yeah, very good point about, yes, the Hong Kong free port is a big advantage. Also, and perhaps I can put this one to Bianca, if you don't mind. Could you tell us a bit about the kind of customers that you serve at Chipcom? Are we looking at like really big buyers, medium-sized enterprises? What kind of company is buying from Chipcom?
哪一些客户目前
台湾 Tier 1的客户我们有往来，然后也有一些同行的 trading company 会跟我们有交流。
We are not only supplying to the manufacturers, but we also have some trades with some trading companies just like us. Yeah, so we are keeping the flexibility on sourcing. Yeah. This is what we do, and also we are supplying to some Taiwanese customer who has the factories in China. Yeah. So our warehouse in Hong Kong really make the advantage for our clients so far. Yeah.
Okay. And what's your real maybe hero product, or maybe a product category, not just one kind of chip, but what's your currently most in demand product that you've been selling, maybe over the last 6-7 months, or perhaps what you expect to have most in demand throughout 2026?
Okay. 2020年过去几个月我们大概主要销售的产品。
这些。
Okay.
那就是以三星目前有。
At the moment, we're doing the mostly the Samsung brand products, including the flash eMMC and the DRAM, and also a DRAM 4 and the high capacity SSD and the server level module. These are the major products that we are selling now with the brand of Samsung.
I see. Do you expect those to continue selling strongly in the future? You think there'll be any change?
Yeah. Of course. I think the trend will be lasting for the next probably at least 5 years. Yeah.
Really?
That's what we see.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that's a good thing for any buyers to be aware of. So you could buy something now and expect it to sell for a good long while. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Is there anything else that you'd like to highlight? I'm perhaps not the best person to ask questions on this topic because I'm no expert. So anything else that you think that our viewers should know about your products?
Yeah. I think the last point that we want to emphasize is that we are now very flexible in the supply. As you must know that the shortage of the memory IC and the other products is really a hassle for the manufacturer. So our service is to make our clients it's like no lead time waiting, which is very important because the demand is so big. So you have to make them the production to be smooth, to be fast. So I think that the rapid response on the product supply is one of our strengths. That is the point that we want to emphasize, that we have the stock ready to ship, stock on hand now. That's it.
All right, fabulous. Clive and Bianca, thank you so much for introducing Chipcom. We'll talk a little bit later, but bye-bye for now. We'll catch up in a few minutes after I talk to the other guests. Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you, Tom.
Cut them off a little bit there. Apologies. Let's see. Now, our next guest to talk to is Evelyn Lee. Sorry, I'm keep getting things wrong today. It's my first time back after a while, but I'm gradually finding where all the switches and buttons are that make the video go. Evelyn Lai of Hua Wei Industrial Co Ltd. Good morning,
Hi.
Evelyn. Hi.
Morning, Tom.
How are you doing there?
I'm all right. I mean, it's Monday, so kind of blue, but I believe it'll get better tomorrow.
That's a wonderful conviction to have. Excellent. All right. Now I can see quite an array of products and things behind you on the wall there. Tell me a little bit at least initially before we look at your video. Whereabouts is Hua Wei based, and what does your company do?
Okay, I'll introduce myself first. I'm Evelyn Lai, and I'm representing Hua Wei Industrial, a professional manufacturer of cable ties and wiring accessories from Taiwan. Well, as you can see, our product varies from cable ties to wire connectors. So including nylon ties, specialty ties, metal ties, and all other cable protections. And we mainly serve industrial customers, distributors, or OEM and ODM partners in all kinds of industries, such as electrical installation, automotive, or renewable energy.
Okay, yeah, so all kinds of applications. And actually we have a company intro video for you as well. So let's take a look at that and reconvene afterwards. All right.
How much does a tie matter? To bridge two cities, to ship the brainchild of hundreds of multinational companies, or to bind two nations together. Here is a hint on how much a tie matters. Hua Wei Industrial Corporation Ltd. was founded in 1976 in Taiwan as one of the world's leading manufacturers of cable ties and wiring accessories. Hua Wei offers solutions for the electrical and electronics, telecommunications, automotive, marine, rail, energy, construction, and retail industries in over 75 countries worldwide. Headquartered in Taichung, Taiwan, Hua Wei has plants in mainland China and Thailand. As a global leading manufacturer in cable ties and wiring accessories, we have over 100 plastic injection molding machines ranging from 180 to 1,000 tons, which manufacture nylon cable ties. Moreover, Hua Wei is equipped with production lines for a full range of stainless steel cable ties, wiring terminals, wiring ducts, flexible conduits, and connectors to satisfy the needs from a diverse market. Apart from its unparalleled manufacturing capacity, Hua Wei makes the best of enterprise intelligence. Hua Wei has tied years of R&D experience and technical capabilities to our all-in-one service to provide customers with the highest quality products and the most comprehensive solutions available. Thus, Hua Wei is regarded as the best partner for many globally known enterprises. While fulfilling market and customer demands, Hua Wei also complies with all environmental regulations and standards. Hua Wei is ISO 14001 certified. All of our products meet RoHS and REACH requirements, and more than 85% of our products are manufactured low smoke and halogen-free. In terms of safety and quality certification, all of Hua Wei's manufacturing plants meet ISO 9001 and ISO TS 16949 standards. Our products are certified to the highest international standards, including UL, ABS, GL, CSA, CQC, and CE. With more strategies, more persistence, and more development and imagination, Hua Wei is always on the path of innovation. So, how much does a tie matter? The truth is, it binds technology and industries and ties the world together.
I'll level with you, that's a lot more dramatic than I was expecting it to be. But very informative as well. So, well, it looks like that your company, as I mentioned, makes an absolutely vast range of different connections for all kinds of applications. Can you give us a bit of maybe background on how long has the company been running, and what was perhaps the how did it develop into, like, from what was the first thing that you started making, and what's the latest in cable tie and that kind of product technology that you're working with now?
Yeah, sure. So we're a manufacturer for over 50 years, and our strength is making all kinds of specialty cable ties. For example, this is a heat-resistant cable ties, which are really suitable for performing under heat for a really long time. So people might think that general cable ties are suitable enough for everyone, but the fact is that industry doesn't need general cable ties. They need something that are more suitable for their special applications. For example, this kind of Tefzo cable ties are suitable under chemical environment. So if you use a normal cable ties, it's gonna dissolve in a really short time, maybe a lot earlier than you expected. So like our products at the back, we provide a lot of special cable ties for our partners for different industries. And the next thing is that we normally cooperate with OEM and ODM partners, because they are seeking a manufacturer not only just for their products, but also for their customization. So we can provide customized label packaging and mold design and mass production. So we can say that we provide, the service we provide is a end-to-end produce. So we believe that it's our strongest strength in the market. So to our latest product, it will be steel barb cable ties. So it's like a composite cable ties, which is a plastic tie with a metal teeth in it. So it can provide a strong hold to hoses, cables, or wires, which means that you don't need to worry the cable might fall off in any second, because it can hold the cables for a really long time in a certain environment.
Okay, and what kind of MOQs are we looking at for your company? Because I imagine that, you know, or actually, here's a question. What's the, are there some really specialist applications where actually there's very low MOQ because there's only one customer for it, or but like in general, what kind of quantities do you do?
Well, regarding the MOQ, because as a manufacturer, we don't produce cable ties and stock them in a warehouse, because it's gonna the ability of tying a cable will decrease at the time being. So only when the order is here, we will start producing the cable ties the clients want. So regarding the MOQ, actually it's different with every kind of product. But if you ask us exactly approximately how many, we will say that perhaps, well, at least it's more than 1,000 cable ties. Well, because the normal packaging will be 100 in one packet. So it's gonna take at least maybe 100 packets, or the shipment will be really expensive and not cost effective for both of us.
Yeah, the setup cost alone would be a problem. I hadn't really considered the issue of the ties degrading over time, though. So if someone is considering, you know, ordering cable, even maybe ordinary, you know, everyday cable ties, and then to stock it in their warehouse, what kind of time frame should they plan for before they have to, you know, before they're not really saleable?
We will say that it's better to not let the cable ties sit there for over a year before you're selling to your customers, because, well, we've got some clients complaining that the cable ties we offer is very fragile. But after we look into it, it's like they've been storing their cable ties in a warehouse for 2 to 3 years. Well, for general uses, it's fine to keep that long, but for industrial uses with a high duty demand, it's really not suitable for people or for companies to store their cable ties in it for that long time.
Yeah, and there's a big difference between kind of keeping your home desk set up tidy. That's low risk, but the more important the application, the more difficult it is. And if I could just one final question I'm curious about as well is, you mentioned that of course every application will have different requirements. So maybe sort of chemical resistance, as you mentioned. I don't know, perhaps it's deep under the sea, but what's the best way for someone who's, for example, planning an installation? What's the best way for them to figure out exactly what they need? Of course, a lot of the time it might be maybe a standard construction job and it will be very familiar. But how can they, do they call you and ask you what they need and you recommend a product, or how would that work?
Well, the best solution is, of course, to find us, and we will provide you with the most suitable and appropriatable applications methods. But normally people would ask, how do I tie this? How do I tie that? But the truth is, because every single applications are different. For example, perhaps electrical installations are different in Asia, in UK, in more northern cities, because the environments are different. So you can't take others' examples to say that, oh, why are your cable ties fail so easily? Because they're just under different kind of conditions. That's why you need an expert like us to provide you a special solutions specifically for your applications. Furthermore, because some bundles are not, well, they're not, people don't want to see them fail, especially for AI companies. They don't want their AI to stop operating at any moment. That's why they need strong cable ties that are suitable for them to perform a really long time, at least in their expected time frame. That's why you need to pick a suitable cable ties. We will pick a suitable cable ties for you. For example, under some under UL regulations or CE or ABS or any other industrial standards. So we can assure that your cable bundles will stay there and stay put for the time being.
Yeah, fantastic. It's, I think, as well, as I've now learned, a very undervalued part of the whole electronics package. It's really fascinating. Thank you, Evelyn.
Thank you.
So, well, I'll conclude with you there for now, Evelyn. I'll talk to you a little bit later. Thank you for now. Yes, as I said, surprisingly complicated world of cable ties. So that is one of the things about electrical and electronic sourcing, of course, is that there is a whole, I was going to try not to use the word ecosystem, but I think I have to say ecosystem surrounding every installation. And that goes from the tiniest components to the ties that keep everything hooked up together. And indeed, to the products of our next guest, he said in a very smooth segue, MSL Enterprises Corporation. If I can just find Miss Nina Ye on my screen, I'll bring her on. And by the way, apologies for the rather bad backlighting at this point. It's maybe we could fix it in post-production if we had post-production. Here's Nina. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate your time. And well, perhaps could you introduce yourself a little bit to our viewers,
Sure.
First of all? Yeah.
Hi, this is Nina from MSL Enterprises Corp. And so I will start with our introduction to our products. Okay. We specialize in a wide range of cables, power cords, and cable assemblies. And what really sets apart comes down to three key advantages. First, we are a one-stop solution provider with a fully vertically integrated manufacturing process. From wire drawing and material compounding to conductor straining, exclusion, and final cable assembly, everything is done in-house. This allows us to maintain strict quality control, improve production efficiency, and respond more quickly to customer needs. And second, we have manufacturing facilities in both China and Vietnam. With the ongoing tariff and trade considerations in the global market, our Vietnam operations provide customers with additional sourcing and export options, helping them build a more flexible and resilient supply chain. And third, and most importantly, we focus on customization and long-term partnership. Our R&D team works closely with customers from the early development stage, helping turn ideas into protocol cable solutions. So what we are saying is that we don't only doing the standard products, we also do customized ones. As our customers grow and their requirements evolve, we grow with them, continuously refining product specifications and developing new solutions to support their business. So whether customers are looking for reliable quality, supply chain flexibility, or a partner to co-develop innovative products, we can provide all three under one roof. Yep, that's the overall introduction for our conditions.
All right, fantastic. And well, we have an intro video for MSL as well. So I'll hit go on that, and let's chat about it afterwards.
Sure.
In this data-driven era, cables weave bridges that unite the world, from homes to enterprises, from the cloud to AI. Each cable draws you closer to the future.
MSL Group was established in 1987, specializing in the research and development and manufacturing of cable wires, computer peripheral wires, and related connectors. In 1993, a production base was established in Shenzhen, China. It possesses complete manufacturing capabilities, including PVC pallets, copper wires, cables, and wire assemblies. In 2014 and 2023, production bases were established in 2 different regions of Vietnam. MSL offers various product solutions to meet all customer product needs. MSL has a color matching laboratory that can customize the appearance in various colors, tailor the softness, fire resistance, cold resistance, and other properties of the material to meet all the environmental conditions and safety regulations. Using 100% high-quality, oxygen-free copper rods, we can provide customized specifications such as single-strand copper, multi-strand copper, tint copper, and ultra-fine copper wire. MSL possesses various precision wire joining equipment utilizing manufacturing processes such as core lining, twisting, cabling, and coating. With multiple high-efficiency assembly lines, MSL produces wires of various specifications, including network cables, signal cables, power cables, USB cables, and optical fiber cables. Based on ERP and MES systems, incoming inspection is conducted to ensure the products meet ISO 9001 quality assurance standards. Using the AQO International Sampling Standards, we inspect product dimensions, electrical properties, quantities, and packaging detail to conduct a final quality check before shipment. MSL maintains a progressive growth mindset, continually enhancing automation across different areas, using comprehensive and precise instruments to conduct tests according to international standards ensuring product quality. We have implemented information systems such as ERP, MES, HR, and OA to integrate data analytics for tracking production, controlling costs, and ensuring efficient production. MSL has received numerous international safety certifications, serving as the most reliable support for our products. In an era dominated by computational power, MSL builds safe and stable data bridges, co-creating a smart future.
There we are. So MSL certainly a big operation with a comprehensive range of services. Is there anything from the video you'd like to call out and highlight, Nina, that buyers should be aware of?
Yes, one product line we would really like to highlight is our fiber optic cable solutions, which looks like this. And with the rapid growth of AI, cloud computing, and data centers around the world, we're seeing stronger demand than ever for high-performance fiber connectivity. And we offer a wide range of connector options, including MTP, MPO, LCS, CST, and many other customized configurations. Whether customers need single mode or multi-mode fiber, we can provide a solution that fits their specific application. And what we're saying is that they're widely used in data centers, enterprise networks, and other high-speed communication environments where stability and efficiency are critical. So since the trend is doing optic cable solutions and LOC, but what we really believe is that what sets apart is our flexibility. Our R&D and engineering teams work closely with customers from the beginning, helping them develop the right solution rather than simply offering a standard product. As their projects grow and requirements change, we continue to support them with customized designs and technical expertise. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so does that mean that, for example, a customer that has an application to do, but perhaps doesn't have a detailed wish list of the specifications, can come to you with a bit of a blank slate and work with that?
Because what we have been doing for the past 40 years is a corporate-related materials and corporate-related products, and it has been a sustainable and stable demand from the market. And now we also do the customization parts. Yes, so they can bring their ideas to talk to us, and we can come up with a solution together.
Okay, that's wonderful. I don't think I really have any follow-up questions. You've covered everything. Unless there's any other, I don't know, specific products or items you'd like to mention.
No, that's good.
That's good. All right. Well, let's bring back our previous. I guess. Thank you very much for that, Nina.
Thank you.
Hello again, everyone. Thank you for sticking around. So I'd like to kind of round things up with maybe some more general questions about the, I suppose, trends and situations affecting not only, well, manufacturing specifically from the Taiwan electronics sector, but perhaps more broadly. And let's go to Clive and Bianca first, since you've been patiently waiting the longest. What do you see are the big trends that are going to, the buyers should be aware of as we go through, the end of 2026 into 2027? For example, I think everyone has mentioned AI and data centers having a big kind of distorting effect on the market. For Chipcom, what do you think that's, for Chipcom buyers perhaps, what do you think they should know, or what should they think about in terms of demand changes?
I think for different kind of application, I mean, the diversity of the product is quite important. So I think how to find a supplier that can have a stable and a reliable supply on the component that they need. I think that is the most important issue that every buyer need to think about. Even though that you have some like the old suppliers who can supply with you, I mean, you have a long relationship for the supply of the components, but still you can think about in this kind of a very severe situation of the shortage, how can you find a new supplier or alternative suppliers that they can really make your manufacturer smoothly? I think that is the most important things. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And Evelyn, the same kind of question, like in terms of sourcing for, I'm thinking perhaps people who are not sourcing for their own installations, but for retail or to sell like onto B2B buyers, do they need to be bringing in certain kinds of ties they wouldn't have previously stocked, changing the mix of their product offerings over the next year or so, do you think?
So we think that even though cable ties might not appear in people's eyes that often, but it surely is one of the most important things in infrastructure, especially like you mentioned, in the industries. So, well, like MSL said, they do produce cables, well, which means that they need cable ties to make the bundles more efficiently for maintenance. So it's not like you can just walk into any store and buy just a simple cable tie for your own application. I think the buyers now are seeking for more. They're not seeking for the product ready for the market. Instead of that, they're seeking for products that are made for them to provide their products to the market.
Oh, that's very interesting. I mean, Nina, do you find a similar situation with the cables themselves? Is there a kind of increase in people wanting, things, not just something that's saleable to anyone, but it is custom made for what they want?
Yes, because they have different requirements for specific purposes. So sometimes they come to talk us about their requirements and also their initial ideas about developing something. So this is a trend that people want customization. So I think this is really interesting and innovative because how they approach us or what they tell us also inspires us to do further things for them. So I think that's a win-win situation, and I think it brings sustainability to our industry as well.
Yeah, I think that's great, thank you. And then I have a sort of final question to ask about, which is something that comes up a lot in the discussions that we have at Global Sources trade shows, the in-person shows with buyers. And perhaps, Evelyn, I'll ask you about this first, just to mix up the order. So obviously, manufacturing standards are well established as a thing in the electrical and electronics sector. I think all of you have mentioned them, or they've been in your videos. But environmental, like ESG standards, are very much what buyers have been talking about now. Some of that is to do with government. So we have the incoming EU regulations, the CDDD, that kind of thing, and supply chain transparency. And some of it is driven by the end customers as well. There's just consumer demand for environmental, either regulation or just more environmentally friendly production. And also there's the actual kind of labor practices, that kind of thing. So yeah, Evelyn, have you seen, how does that affect manufacturing when you have these new standards to work with? And what are the changes that you've seen, like with what your customers are saying to you when they come to make orders?
So as I mentioned earlier, that we do customize packaging design for our customers. And some of the states in America require different standards in their packaging, especially for their logos. And the standard changes like every couple of months, which means that the package needs to change along with the standard. So it's kind of struggling because we've already printed out all the labels and packages, and suddenly the government want to change it. But we know that eco-friendly is one of the trends right now, and it's gonna be a trend for a really long time. So we're as a manufacturer that specializes in projecting plastics, we're trying to tag along with the trend, developing new materials for the customers that want our products to be more eco-friendly. So we're still like trying it, and we've been proposing some of our new cable ties with new materials to our customers already, and have been receiving good feedbacks from them.
Oh, that's good to hear. So that's an option that people have available to them. Clive and Bianca, how about how does the kind of demand for environmental protection, how does that affect Chipcom's business, if it does at all?
Because we are actually a trader, so the product that we buy is by brands. So I think the brands, I mean the manufacturers, they have already, I mean, in accordance with the highest standards.
Right. That's So you've got the bigger brands, especially, are always going to be on top of that. So that's good to hear. And then for Nina, is that especially in terms of materials, I imagine that might be a thing for cables. How has that changed your product kind of?
For the materials, we have to keep the same efficiency and efficacy of the products, so we don't really change much about the materials. But what we are doing, making efforts, is to change the packages. However, it's quite hard because usually we use plastic bags, right? But now some European customers, they are saying they want plastic-free bags. However, it's quite hard because usually paper bags or cotton, made of cotton, like cotton ropes to bind the cords, actually it costs really higher. So now we are still discussing how we can do about this, like minimize the plastic packages. However, it's just the beginning stage of our discussions. And what we are trying to do is use less plastic bags in our transportation process.
All right. Yeah. Do you think that's going to be the mainstream packaging option in maybe 10 years? Or
because now many European customers, they are saying their local governments are trying to persuade them to use less plastic as possible. So we are still thinking about how we can do it for them.
Yeah, still a work in progress. Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough. All right. Well, thank you all very much. So let me just remind our viewers at home, well, actually, you might be in the office, I don't know, our viewers, all of these excellent guests can be found on globalsources.com. They'll have a page you can go to and contact them through that. Or, of course, indeed, wherever you're watching this, you can leave a comment. And if you have a particular question, or want to get in touch with one, and call them out and mention them, and we'll connect you that way. Or indeed, you might have some comments for everyone, and please do share your thoughts with us on that. So thank you once again, Nina from MSL, Evelyn from Hua Wei, and Clive and Bianca from Chipcom. Really appreciate your time. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us this morning. And and I mustn't forget to promote the next episode of this sourcing talk, which will be a supplier stories episode, and that's going to be out on the 8th of July on as a live broadcast on, I think, Facebook, and it will be a little bit later on YouTube, probably the 10th. But that's another good reason to subscribe to Global Sources on social media, so you get the updates about when we're publishing stuff. Okay. Thank you all very much, and goodbye. I hope we'll speak again sometime soon. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.